Welcome back to Zaka Stokvel Insights, where we explore the world of stokvels and burial societies. Before the break, we were just touching on the pros and cons of long-term investment approach for investment stokvels, and now we're going to look at the regulatory environment here in South Africa. Ntate Masudubele, can you just give us more detail on just the logistics or the structure around South Africa's regulatory environment?
Yeah, so there are two main parts to this aspect. There's the part where you're selling financial products. So if you're in the business as a stokvel, you're providing financial products. So for instance, you're taking monthly premiums from members, and the financial product that you're selling is this funeral cover, where when there's a claim, you then, after you've taken deposits, you go to the bank, withdraw the money to be able to give it to the member who's made a claim. So that would fall under a financial product. In that instance, you can't, not anybody can do that. You have to be registered with a statutory body, which is called the FSCA, the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. So you have to have an FSP number, for the purpose of stokvels. That's where if you are transacting and you are buying a financial product, one of the first things we ask stokvels to do is to make sure that whoever they're buying a financial product from has an FSP number, which then says they've got an FSP license, meaning that regulatory they are allowed to sell financial products. The second level that we look at is the lending of money. So in a lot of stokvels, there are a group of 10, 15 people. So we collect this money and the money is sitting. And then, I face financial difficulties and I then ask the stokvel, can I, lend and borrow has always been a challenge, but can I use some of the money and then you pay it back with interest? So when you're in the business of lending money and getting it back with interest, ordinarily you have to be registered with the National Credit Regulator. So stokvels are exempt from registering with the NCR.
How so?
They are exempt because stokvels, what they are allowed to do is that if you are lending and borrowing amongst yourselves as a group, there's a provision that you don't have to be registered with the NCR, provided that you are a member of that stokvel. So if we are a group of 15 people and we, exchanging money and we're paying with interest to the stokvel, there's no need to register with the NCR. The minute that we lend someone who's not part of the stokvel the money, then we have to be registered with the National Credit Regulator. The other provision is that if we are collecting money and at any given time we're sitting at 100,000 Rand or less, the threshold is 100,000 Rand, we don't have to register with any regulatory body. If our deposits exceed 100,000 Rand, we have to be registered with a voluntary association, which is recognized by the bank registrar. You then have to register with that authority, being a stokvel which has money in excess of 100,000. So those are the two main regulatory things that affect stokvels in terms of, are we allowed to lend money? What's the regulatory environment there? And in terms of, are we then allowed to take premiums and sell what essentially is a financial product to our members?
There's a lot of terms and conditions, especially loopholes found within this. And thank you very much for just unpacking that for us. I'd like to believe that our viewers have more of an idea of what to expect when joining an investment stokvel. But just looking at the second challenge, or the first challenge rather, that Rifumo has, which is how do you motivate members to stay, and not leave, especially not be frantically panicking on what's happening in the markets. Long-term investments, there's a lot of staying power, if we can say. So how can they motivate their members more?
Yeah, I think they've already started that process. So once you've got a common purpose and you've got a goal, and you stay steadfast to that goal, and you're able to show what the benefits of that long-term investments are going to be, then you're more, you're in a position to be able to convince people to stay within the group. But there has to be clarity, and you have to make sure that you share the information to say that, yes, this is long-term. We do have youth on our side, but let's plan for long-term. So you've joined the stokvel. Our constitution clearly stipulates that we are not in it for the short term. We are building some sort of legacy, financial legacy. And the building of a legacy is something that happens over a period of time. And so once Rifumo Investments Stokvel is then able to articulate to the different members, those who are currently within the group or prospective members, to say that we are focused on long-term investing, but these are the benefits. These are the instruments that we've used for our long-term investment. This is our projected outlook in the next 3 to 5 years. And then people start to get a sense of what they can look forward to. And then people plan on the basis of what they'll be earning in 3 to 5 years, as opposed to what they'll be getting in 12 months. And I think the big challenge is when people come in and they're not aware of what a long-term investment means. And then their expectation is that 12 months is a long-term investment. So I give you money every month from January, and I'm expecting that, my definition of long-term is 12 months. So in December, I'm expecting my return, which are the premiums that I've been paying. So they've got to make sure that they clearly explain to people that it will be more than 12 months, but the benefit will be greater than what you would receive in your 12 months.
I think after the break, we would need to touch on what are the strategies that they can implement to recruit more members as well, because with growth, there's a lot of money to be shared amongst members. So let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more on Zaka Stokvel Insights. Are you a member of a stokvel or burial society? We at Tyvision Media specialize in helping stokvels and burial societies. Contact us for professional stokvel and burial society administration, access to investments and funeral cover experts, and credible financial information. We will help your stokvel and burial society to achieve your goals and grow. Contact us today.